I think that could change week by week, man. But I think the vision ultimately is be ball hawks and be ball control back there, man. Great communicators, great leaders. Get us right, get us in and out of the right calls. Nothing over our heads, and then make plays back there. I think last week when K-Ham was here with Malachi, it was great to see those guys kind of start building that chemistry. And I already seen the impact that K-Ham has had on Malachi with his communication, his knowledge, and just his football savvy. So Malachi's picking that up. I got a great vision for those guys. I think they're going to help us out and play great football for us.
Zach, what's it been like working with Chuck Pagano, and how valuable is it to add someone, not just a former DC, but a former NFL head coach in the defensive coaching staff?
It's been great. It's been great. I mean, I'm glad that he's here. I mean, I don't know how old he is. I don't put his age out there, but I mean, he has great energy. I mean, his energy is great, and obviously, like you said, his football knowledge, man, it's just so valuable to me personally, and then just to us as a team and as a defense. I mean, he's led great defenses here as a coordinator. He was a great position coach throughout his whole career, great head coach as well. So he's seen a lot, been around a lot, and he's a DB expert. So he's going to be great for our guys. He's already been great for us as players and coaches and as an organization. So I'm fired up about it.
Zach, what's your...
Nate Wiggins talked about he's put on some weight this offseason, and he has big goals and expectations for this year. What are you seeing from him out here at practice, and what do you see for him in terms of your expectations from this year?
I thought Nate did a great job going to work this offseason, man, putting weight on, man. That's a testament to him and the strength coaches coming up with a great plan, and obviously he followed it. The weight is real, so that's good to see. But what I see him focusing on now, man, he's more locked in on his fundamentals and technique on a more consistent basis. Like last year, I felt like he got to that point towards the end of the season, but last year he was just running with like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to figure out what to do. Now he understands the system, he understands the defense. He's been in the league 4 years. He understands formations from offenses, so now he can really just hone in on his technique, man. And that guy right there, he take his technique to another level on a consistent basis. The sky's the limit for him.
Zach, there's a lot of you get the outside linebacker doing back, attack, plus Mike Green. I know it's early, but when you look at him, what have you seen, and sort of what does that do in terms of versatility, in terms of what you guys can do pass rush?
Yeah, man, I see a guy who comes out here and works, but from a physical standpoint, I mean, his get-off is real, and he understands the level of the quarterback, man. So I think he's going to be a real valuable piece for us. He's strong, he's explosive, he can rush on the outside, and he can rush on the inside. So one thing we always say, you can never have enough rushers, man, and he's going to add to that room, and it's going to be a great valuable piece for us. But I'm happy with Mike. I think that he's doing a good job with what he can do right now, given the restrictions with the pads and everything. But I think training camp and preseason, you guys really start to see, what abilities he really has.
Zach, we were seeing
of the defense. I mean, Trenton's a guy you stayed high on, even though he had struggles last year. What are you going to see from him in these days at OTAs?
He's a lot more confident, man. This is the most confident that I've seen Trent, man. And, he's a lot more relaxed before the play. I hear him talking. This is the most I've heard him communicate on the field. So I'm excited, man. We're excited about him. I think Tucci has done a great job. Tyler Santucci, our linebacker, has done a great job with him thus far. And he's done a great job out here, man. So he's actually turning into one of our most vocal guys. So the only way we say you can be confident in speaking is if you're confident in knowing what you're doing. So obviously he's confident in what he's doing, and he's doing a heck of a job. So I'm excited to see him to continue to trend upwards for us.
Hey, Zach, we were looking.
What excites you about Teddy?
Say it again, Mike.
What excites you about Teddy?
Man, shoot, Teddy plays like a Raven. His college film, he flies around and he seeks contact. He can play in space, and he's a smart player. I mean, talk about a guy who came from a smaller school, dominated that, then made 1 year jump, got there kind of like during the middle of the summer, and dominated in the ACC at a big school. So I'm excited about Teddy. We're talking a lot of his plays. He's playing both positions for us, Mike, Will, and Don, and he's done a good job going out there so far.
Hey, Zach, we see Jalen Armour-Davis floating all over your defense, even a little bit at safety. What goes into that decision? What goes into sitting down with the guy and saying, give this a whirl?
Yeah, I think, man, since I've been here way back in 2014, it's always been preached. You want to get your best 11 guys on the field. So in the secondary, most of the time, you're going to have at least 5 DBs on the field, sometimes 6, maybe 7. So you want to get your best 11, but especially with the top 5 DBs, you want to play with the best 5. You don't want to limit yourself or a player just because, well, he's only a corner. So even though he might be better than a safety. We can't play him because he's on the corner. So we force our guys kind of learn everything, and then we start throwing them out there to see if they can pick it up and execute at a high level. So Jalen, he might be the smartest DB in the room because he knows all the positions, can play all the positions, but he's just one of the guys we're starting to do that with, and you'll start seeing more guys do that as we get going.
Zach, Adafe Owe, he also put on some weight in the offseason. What do you think that'll do for him? How do you think it'll help him take another step this season?
Yeah, man, he done it. He's another guy who came back. He's always been in real good physical shape, man, but you can see he took it to another level. Like he's 20 pounds of muscle. I don't know how he did it, but I'm glad he did. But he's still fast, still got that fast, that twitchiness, and that explosiveness. So, this is a big year for Dafe. Like, we don't shy away from it. We all know what it is. It's a contract year for him. We know his individual goals. We know he wants to get accomplished. We know his team goals. He wants to be a centerpiece to help us, reach the Super Bowl. So he's took that approach. I think it's going to do wonders for his game because tackles are already scared of his speed. And he has the ability to power, but I think with 20 extra pounds, that's gonna make his power even better. So I'm excited for Adafe, man, and I think he approached his situation the right way. In the contract year, and he's been here. He's been here even in phase 1 and phase 2, and he's out here practicing, working his butt off. And he continues that mindset and keep putting the work he's putting in. It's gonna pay off for him.
Zach, I know the interception against Oregon was kind of standing out. Do you remember what was a play, anecdote that you had when you were watching this game that really stood out to you?
Man, he made a lot of plays, man. I mean, this dude, he's kind of been on our radar for a while just because Georgia, obviously, they've been a great football team, so they had a lot of guys come out over the years. And I remember watching, DBs that came out specifically in last year's class, 2024 class, and I'm like, man, he's 24. I could ask him the scouts and everything. They're like, he's not coming out till next year. I was like, oh, he's a true sophomore. But I think the thing that really impressed me about him this year was Georgia had a lot of young guys in the secondary. He's one of the older guys there as a true junior. So basically by week or by game plan, he played all around the secondary, and he still was their best player back then. So that was real intriguing to us, that we like to be versatile with our guys. We don't like locking our guys in one position. We don't like locking ourselves in one position depending on, who we're playing that week. So if you got a guy in the secondary who can play safety, corner, nickel, dime, and play it all at a high level, it's real valuable. So I think that's what really stood out to me about him this year.
Two more for Zach.
Exactly. Obviously, the defense didn't start off the way you wanted to, but by the end of the season, I mean, statistically, you're one of the best, as finishing best team. What did you learn maybe the most throughout last season?
Man, I probably learned that it's a week-to-week league, man. I mean, I knew it, but you got a chance to see it. It's week to week, and you got to go out there and do it. No matter who you got back there, the names don't mean nothing. Our names on our jersey, we take pride in that, but the team coming in trying to whoop our butt, man, and the players, we got real accomplished players and coaches. The team that's coming in, that's playing us, don't care about that. So you can't rest on what you've done in the past, man. You got to show up as a team, as a coach, as a player every single week and get your respect. And I think that when we finally fully embraced that, our game went to another level. And the only way you can do that is out here on this practice field. It's not just going to happen on game day. So, that's why I probably learned is just continue to preach that message, continue to stay on top of that all the time, man. Like we talked about it today. So we're going to be a little anal about it, and that's good. If you love football, you want to be challenged, you want to be coached, you want to get pushed. So if that's the type of player and coach you are, you're going to thrive here. If not, then, it's probably not going to be the place for you.
Zach, you called Chuck Pagano a DB expert. Was there anything when he first got here that he said that he liked the way you guys improved last year? Just any notes that he came in with about last year?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, man. I mean, the biggest thing that he just jumped off the tape with him, just watching was, just the communication back there. Some of that, like I said, was on me as well, tightening the menu up. But just the communication. And then he said once we got that fixed, just the sky's the limit. We a talented group back there. And then the other thing that stood out to him was technique. We got to get better with our technique on the back end, man. It's like we make real good plays, but we give up plays we shouldn't give up because either our eyes not right, our leverage is not right, or our body position is not right. So those are just little nuances he picked up. And I think what was impressive is a lot of guys went up to him. He might not even know I know this, but a lot of guys went up to him and asked him one-on-one what they could work on, and he had an answer for every single one of those guys, a deep, detailed summary. So, like I said, man, it's great to have him there in the building. And like I said, he don't be fooled by his age. You guys can talk to him here in a second. This dude got real juice and energy and knowledge, man. So I'm fired up about him and all the coaches that we brought in.
Thank you, Coach.